Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, and in today's video, I want to go over a couple of DIY projects I've been doing to kind of keep myself busy while we're waiting on our house. DIY projects can have a huge range. It can be something small like repainting a handle or some type of hardware. It could be something huge like refinishing a bathroom or something along those lines if you're very handy. These are all on that very small scale. I'm not looking to do anything crazy, just a couple things to upcycle some recent finds at a thrift store around here. If that sounds good to you, go ahead, stick around, like this video, leave me a comment, don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get going. With where I am right now, our home is being built. We did see a good amount of progress this past week. All of those large furniture pieces that I know we're going to need, I can't really buy yet. A lot of our furniture is currently in storage. All of those bulkier pieces, when you're talking about our dining room table, majority of our couches, bed sets, all of that. Most of that is going to be sold as we start bringing in our new design style. If you haven't watched that first video, I'm going to leave a link to it right up here so that you can take a look at kind of the new direction we're going into. I'll definitely cover that in some future videos. But while I'm picking out those new furniture pieces, I can't actually buy them just yet. First of all, we live in a smaller apartment right now. There is definitely no room here. We're already paying quite a bit of money for storage. It's already expensive and we're not looking to add anything there. So we basically just have nowhere to put any of it. So for now, what I'm focusing on is figuring out what those are gonna look like, start creating a lot of lists. I have favorited tabs in so many websites, it's a little bit overwhelming. But for now, that focus is on those more decorative, smaller pieces that I can kind of grab onto now, store here, not too big of a problem with space, things that I know that we'll need, and that way we'll already have those smaller decorative pieces on hand. So then we just have to start bringing in those larger pieces of furniture. So since I can't buy all of that right now, and I am admittedly going a little bit crazy thinking about what that house is going to look like, but knowing I have no control over it. I'm basically just waiting, keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to work out in the new time frame we have. Currently, we're looking at a January to February move-in, which puts us about 7 to 8 months behind schedule. So yeah, it's been a little stressful. So these projects have helped keep me a little bit busy, given me something to do, and also helped me see that vision for the direction I'm taking this new design style. I want to show you how to do these in case any of them kind of pique your interest as well. Like I said, I recently went to a thrift store just to look around, see what kind of objects were there, and I gotta say, they had some really good stuff. A lot of people, I think, have a kind of weird idea about thrift stores, but what I like to keep in mind is what I personally donate myself. I know that I donate good quality things. It's just maybe something that I don't use anymore, wear anymore, something like that. But it's not that there's anything wrong with them. So I think that when you do go to a thrift store, you might be surprised with what you can find. I think I found some pretty good things, but again, they just need a little bit of love, care, and a little bit of vision. When you're looking at something in a thrift store, it might be a shape that you love, but maybe the finish is not quite there for you. The trick here is to look beyond what you see on the surface and see what you can do to improve its appearance to make it fit inside your decor style. Now, a couple of these turned out amazing. I am so happy with them. One did not, and I think that's important to talk about as well. So DIY can be so much fun. It can give you something to do. You feel a little bit handy, a little bit artsy. Sometimes it doesn't work out so well, so I do want to go over what I consider a DIY fail. Let's start out on the positives. There are a couple of items I want to go over. First is going to be a pair of lamps that I found, show you what they looked like before, take you through the process of what I did to change that appearance so that it's something I'm really excited to use in the future. A couple of decorative bowls. I guess they weren't too decorative to begin with, but now they are actually on display. I'll show you what those look like. And then finally, 2 vases. One's kind of a vase and one's kind of a jug thing. It's a little bit weird, a little bit different. One of them turned out really well, and the other one is what I would consider to be my DIY fail. Now with this, it was a lot of things that I already had on hand. I will go through all the materials that I used and the pricing for what I paid at the thrift store, the pricing for any other pieces involved to kind of complete the look, and then also the materials for the paint, the spackle, anything else that I used in order to create that final product. So let's start off with the lamps. I was very happy with these. So I walked in, I was walking around quite a bit. You want to take your time, go through all the decor aisles, and again, try to look beyond what you see on the surface. Remember that everything can be customizable with a little bit of thought and creativity. So I went in knowing that I was hoping to find some large lamps. I really was looking for something to put on a console table at some point, something that will make a little bit more of a statement, add a little bit of flair, style, and fun, and I'm pretty sure I found them. Now I gotta say, they did not not look good at first. They were exactly the shape I was looking for. They were a great size, but let's take a look at what they initially looked like. Now, as you can see here, they're this kind of crazy blue, and if you look really closely, you can see that somebody actually painted that blue on purpose. There are a couple of places where you can see through what it looked like before, almost a kind of fake wood tone under there, and then you can see where they didn't do a great paint job around the cord. So you can see here where that blue paint goes along the electrical piece. We have these glass bowls here. Again, I just really loved the shape. I knew that I could do something with these bowls just because the shape was something I was so drawn to, but I didn't really want that glass appearance. Let's talk about this vase. It was huge. Its shape was so good. This was absolutely something that I was so happy to find. But again, looking at it as is, it was just a little bit beat up, not quite in the best shape, and not exactly the color that I was looking for. Finally, we're gonna get into that kind of weird purchase. It was something that I looked at initially. I was like, I might be able to do something with this. So started thinking it over as I shopped the rest of the store, came back to it, still Still held off a little bit because it's kind of weird, kind of different. Shopped around a little bit more, picked up the other pieces that I needed to find, and then finally I was like, you know what? We're gonna go for it, we're gonna try it. If this turns out, it might be something so fun. Let's take a look at what that was. So that is it for this week. I hope you had some fun, maybe got some inspiration, and started thinking about things a little bit differently. Again, it might not be something that catches your eye right away, but if you are able to save some money up front, give a few little tweaks here and there, give yourself a fun project to do. It might just turn out exactly what you were hoping for the most part. If you do find yourself trying out any of these projects, leave me a comment below. I would love to know about it. I could let you know any tips maybe from what I've learned through this process, and maybe we could even see it in the future. So again, go ahead, give this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until next time, bye.